Hi guys, thank you again for tuning in to the channel. Now you'd normally see me in the middle of a city centre or a town centre with my boards on. A little bit of a different scenario here today. I'm at a festival and I'm going to be working this festival for the weekend. It's a bank holiday weekend and I can't get out on the streets with my boards. But more on the festival in a second. The main reason for doing this video is because I wanted to say a big thank you to everybody that's helped support the channel, everybody that has liked, subscribed and shared the videos. It really makes a big difference, and we've doubled the numbers in the last 4 weeks. Literally, we've doubled the numbers of subscribers, and views have just gone astronomically through the roof. So it just goes to show that this topic that I'm concentrating on now is it's a real current hot topic, and for me, you know, the harms are obvious to women and children, but as I say, it's much more than that. This is the front line of the culture war, and we are, make no doubt about it, in the middle of a war. It's like the Cultural Revolution that Mao Zedong did in China in the 1960s, 1970s. You know, the tactics being used now, this top-down ideology, is the same tactics from Mao's communist playbook. Be under no illusion. You know, he employed the Red Guards, you know, a radicalized youth, to attack, deplatform, shame, humiliate people that didn't subscribe to this new ideology. And that's what we're seeing today. Those people that come up to me on the streets, the ones that, you know, shout, give abuse, even attack me, and that video's to come, they are like the modern day version of Mao's Red Guards. They really are. Hi man. So even though I'm not getting out on the streets this weekend, I've lined up some videos to be released. There's one on Saturday from when I was in Manchester. Now, the ones that are coming out on Sunday and Monday are from a few years ago. Well, one was from last year, and then one was from about 3 years ago. So the one coming out on Sunday, probably the most moving, the most impactful video or interview that I've ever done. I went to a Pride event and I spoke to 2 biological females that were going through the transition period, and I couldn't believe how open and honest that they were to me about everything that they're going through and about the transition process. These 2 young females, they appeared happy, but I'm not quite sure underneath the surface they might not be. They were the only 2 people walking around this event shirtless. And remember, the biological females walking around shirtless. So you can probably see where or what stage of the transition process they were at and where this was going. But when you watch the video, listen really closely to carefully to what they say. It's like, I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to go into too much detail. It's quite a moving video. The next one that's going to come out on the Monday, it's a mini documentary, my first ever attempt at making a documentary. I went to a Pride event to video it, and then I thought, oh, this is all fun and games, you know, bright colours, family friendly. And I started to interview people there to get their side of it. But obviously I knew there's a darker side to the rainbow. And it's basically about the LG and the B and the separation between the T and the Q, and how Pride has become also a way of people being able to exploit their fetish in reality. You know, you've got the pup playboys and things like that. So yeah, tune in. It wasn't intended to be a documentary, but I've interviewed people and I put it out there, and I contrast that with stuff that's going in the background. It was during the days of the drag queen story hour. It was 2022. So there's lots of stuff on that too. So yeah, they're coming out over the weekend, so you can tune into them. So why am I here in this field? I'm working the festival. I'm a videographer for this festival this weekend. The festival is called Stand in the Light. If anybody wants to come, there's still tickets available. Go to standinthelight.uk. I'll put it up on the screen now and I'll leave a link in the description. It's 80 quid for the whole weekend. So you've got 4 days of entertainment, Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday. There's 2 marquees, you might be able to see him in the background. You've got DJs, Danny Rampling, if you remember him from the 90s. You've got Mark Devlin. Saturday night, a banging headliner. If you don't know a group called Mobius Loop, check them out. They're absolutely fantastic. It's 80 quid, guys, for 4 nights or 4 days of great entertainment. That includes your camping as well. It's in Workington in Cumbria in the Lake District. Yeah, so I'm going to be here. And if you want to come and say hello, please do. If you can make it, that'd be great. It'd be great to chat to you. Thank you so much again for everybody that's left comments. I do take that. I try and read them all, but there's been something like 2,000 to 3,000 comments over the past few months. I spend all my days reading them, but it's been really good to see the encouragement. I'm going to keep fighting this because it is a culture war and they want to fundamentally change society, and I think we need to fight back. Really do. Let's just leave it at that. Hopefully I'll see you this weekend. If not, stay tuned because there's going to be many more. Oh yeah, let me just say, there's been loads of requests to go to different parts of the country. I'm going to do my best to get around the country. Probably won't be able to get everywhere, but I'm going to do my best. You know, I want to go all the way up to Scotland and I want to go all the way down to the south coast and everywhere in between. I will do my best. Yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. See you soon. Bye.